So it's your first ride home on your new CVO, and you're thinking, man, I thought the stereo was better. And what's all this wind noise? I'm just hearing wind in my face. Well, that's because you're still rocking that stock windshield. I replaced mine almost immediately. So at the time of this video, your only choice is a Harley Davidson windshield. We haven't seen anything from another manufacturer yet, but there's quite a bit of hope. So Harley offers a 4.5 inch that's much shorter than the stock one, but has a little shape to it, and then a 10 inch and a 12 inch. Both the 10 and 12 inch are available in clear or lightly smoked, but I would say clear or maybe just a little less than clear. Harley states that the 10 inch windshield is geared towards someone 5'4" to 5'9", and then the 12 inches for someone 5'9" or taller. It states that you'll have a 50% reduction in wind pressure. I can vouch for that. The windshield certainly makes a difference, and you can finally hear your stereo clearly and a little bit of that motor sound. So I went with the 10 inch windshield. I found the 10 inch works really well for me. I'm 6 foot 1 inches tall, and when I ride, I get a little bit of airflow just above my eyes. I found this was comfortable and what I was really used to on my 2018 CVO. If you went with the 12 inch, I believe that would be too tall, even for me at 6 foot 1. I think it will eliminate too much wind, and it might get a little stuffy and a little bit hot in the summer. I've really been happy with this 10 inch. Installing your windshield is fairly easy. You're just going to let it rest on these two isolators, and that will actually hold it in place. And then you're going to screw in the screw with the rubber grommet, making sure not to pinch the rubber grommet as you go, with a T25. And we're looking for 31 to 40 inch pounds. In my book, that's just really finger tight. So we'll start the first one. We'll screw these in by hand, keeping an eye on the rubber grommet. We want that rubber grommet to seat around the collar of this bolt. I like to use the bit to run it in at the end. You can hold the windshield to make sure it lines up, give it a little wiggle to get that rubber grommet to seat. I would not go all the way. You want to go to the other side and put one in so they go in equally, and then just finger tight. So with all four in, I'm just going to take my tool and just give it a little turn. I'm going to go opposite sides, just a habit, and give them a slight turn until it touches. You want to make sure those grommets are all seated and none of them are crimped. Harley suggests that you can spray these grommets with a little isopropyl alcohol and water mixture to make them easier to go in, but I really had no issue just going by hand. So the biggest frustration with Harley Davidson windshields is not that they don't work, it's that they're not dark enough. Whether that's a government regulation or just simply a safety concern, Harley windshields are just too clear. And many of us would prefer that darked out look, so we have to look to the aftermarket. So for these Harley windshields, I wondered what options there might be. So I have seen people window tint them, using traditional window tint and applying that to the shield. I've also seen translucent paint used. This would be rather easy, just rattle can it and spray it on the inside of that shield, and it will dry to a translucent finish. But if you're not happy with it, that paint will be difficult to remove. I also explored a window tint that is more like a sticker. They use these for darkening headlights or brake lights on cars, and they're just really peel and stick stickers. And that's the option I thought might work best, so I bought a roll. It was really rather thick, and you can use heat to get it to conform around different curves and shapes. I found this stuff would just not mold around the complexity of the Harley windshield. There was also some weird adhesive pattern that seemed to show through on the other side. So in the end, I scrapped this idea. I think the best option here would be to take it to a window tinting expert and see if they could apply a nice tint to the back of that windshield. That would probably look best and be the most durable. But in the end, I've just installed it as is. So if you've not replaced your stock windshield yet, I highly encourage you to ditch this thing. My ride experience is greatly improved with the 10-inch windshield. I know we're all waiting for something from Clockworks or Memphis Shades. Clockworks is offering a sign-up sheet where you can get in line. But if you're tired of waiting, go ahead and invest in that Harley Shield and maybe go get it tinted to make it look nice. I've seen several pictures of people doing so. They look great. So let me leave you with a little rip through southern Colorado on a late fall day. Until next time, in the Friction Zone.